Hey, hi there boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. We've got more Ace Mastery replays for you. First of all though, some exciting developments in GTC clan in general. GTC 1 clan doing very well, nice and full. GTC 2 filling up very nicely. We've now started a third clan, GTC 3. So we're actively recruiting for players and potentially co-leaders in GTC 3. So yeah, if you're on social media or a fan of the channel, or you've got friends or players who are in need of a good clan as part of a wider community of players, then yeah, go over and check it out. We established it just a few days ago, and hopefully we can get it full and up and running successfully. Started GTC I think only about 7-8 months ago, and already 2 well-established clans with a third on the way. So very exciting times, and hopefully we'll continue to grow the community going forward. Okay, game number 1. We're here with Tank Maestro from GTC 1, and he's rolling out in the ARL 44. And yeah, has a bit of difficulty at the beginning part of the game. Tries a couple of snapshots or quick shots of opportunity, and doesn't really manage to make them work. But he sent me a replay of an Ace Mastery, so I'm assuming at some point he's going to get stuck in here and start whacking in the damage. There are times when snap shooting does work, and there are times where it really doesn't. And I personally, I'm a bit of an accuracy well, yeah, pick your word really, but I'm a bit of an accuracy snob about it. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter how fast your gun reloads. Firing into thin air is less effective than firing into the opposing team's tank. So generally speaking, I try to make sure that I'm zoomed in at all times, unless there are certain times, for example, when you're in a side hug situation where you don't use it, purely and simply because it's actually more detrimental aiming. But generally speaking, yeah, just get zoomed in, guys, honestly. Snapshots look great when they come off, but they make you look a bit daft when they don't. So Maestro's pushed around behind the heavies here. He's already cleared up one tank, clears up Mr. KB there for kill number 2, and this is exactly what you want to see. Effectively, he's gone forward, he's taken tanks out, and now he's got behind them and clears up 3 easy kills in very quick succession there. However, if you have a look at the general situation in the game, not great. They're 2 tanks down, they are 2 bases down. Maestro doing his best here to rectify that and trying to establish the cap on C. Gets a little bit of help from his buddy there, so they do manage to establish the cap on C. That's going to give them a bit of time, but ultimately they've just got to try and kill these guys, really. It's that kind of game. Now the opposing team had a P43 Anniversario running around the place, who himself had a very good game. So that just makes it more difficult. Now these guys are trying to take the cap off C. So yeah, to a certain extent, Maestro's doing his best here to hunt these guys down, try and slow down the supremacy points and just pour in the damage, and he's doing it to great effect. Angled his tank beautifully there to take the bounce, and he's going to whittle this guy down and clear him up for kill number 5. So as you can see, he's now on his own. It's a 1 versus 2, and the red team are very quickly establishing a lead in cap points. Now I think at this point Maestro was potentially looking to dive into the other cap, or maybe he just wanted to reset the angle, not entirely certain there, but at this point resetting the cap isn't going to work, so he's basically just going to have to hunt these guys down and kill them. Goes there, gets the kill for kill number 6. The other guy is now hopefully a one-shot. So if Maestro manages to close up on him, not only does he get the win, he gets the Razanai for 7 kills. However, World of Tanks Blitz can be a very, very cruel game at times. Round become, he goes for the snapshot there, gets it in, and the gods of RNG say no. This guy is left with 10 HP, a low roll from the ARL 44 there, and tries to clear it up there. No choice but to try a snapshot there, and it doesn't come off for him. And you're really gutted, because obviously the supremacy points, Red are going to win this now. Maestro's not going to get a chance on this guy. The P43 frankly does all he can do in this situation, which is stay out of the way and get the win. You can't really blame him for doing that, but I imagine Maestro was about ready to bite his device in half at this point. I know I would have been. So unfortunately it's not going to be a win. Red take it on supremacy points, but a well-earned ace mastery there. 6 kills, over 2700 damage. Didn't get a lot of help from the rest of his team there. BDRG1B had a reasonable game. The P43 picking up a first-class mastery, but great play there, Maestro. Really unlucky at the end, buddy. Okay, here we are with Dennis from GTC1, and he's driving out in the AMX 4 M4 at tier 7. And yep, interesting game. This supremacy again, as we can see, and Canal's an odd map. I do like Canal. It's an interesting map because it's quite a big map. So from a med driver's point of view, it can actually be a lot of fun because it gives you the opportunity to potentially turn a flank and then start slinging shells across towards the big guys without having to close in on them too much. And so for me, it's a map that really does allow for great medium tank play. However, Maestro's driving around in a heavy tank here, but to a certain extent calling this a heavy tank is a bit of a misnomer. It's sort of a heavy medium, really. Certainly not a tank on the front line. And he's almost going to use a medium driving style with it, and ultimately that's why he's going to prove to be successful. First shot goes flying into the bank there. Now at first I thought our friend here in the P43 was AFK, but no, he's just sitting there between reloads, not moving. So yep, thanks for playing, buddy. I don't think it's going to be too long before you're going back to the garage. So Maestro's Dennis doing exactly the right thing here, keeping his tank in a hull down position, keeping moving between reloads, and he's whittling these multiple targets down. Also making sure that the shots are going in, so he's getting maximum bang for his buck. Tries an HE shot there, doesn't pull it off, so switches up back to the AP, manages to ding on him, reduce that fella down to a one shot. He'll be going back to the garage pretty quickly, and now we're going to close and finish this guy off. He delays firing, goes in for the ram damage. He knows he can't clear it one shot. The little bit of a ram damage there assists him, so he then gets him cleared for kill number 1. And this is what I was talking about earlier. They've now cleared this flank, and this is where you can really start to make a difference and start pouring shells across the map. Our friend over there managed to stay still during his reload. That helps Dennis out hugely. Thank you very much. We'll pick you up for kill number 2. So now that we've taken this flank, it's a 2-tank advantage to green, so it's simply going to be a matter of farming as much damage as you can and picking up some more kills. Dennis literally is one of those players that every time he hits battle, he's trying to get an ace mastery. It's an interesting style of play, but he does it very, very successfully. That's why he picks up a lot of them. So we're now in a situation where our friend here in the ARL went for the snapshot and the kill, didn't pick it up, so got taken out. Dennis picks up kill number 3 there, and this is how you do it. If you're going to come out sideways, then make sure you kill the guy instantly before his gun fires. So that's cleared him up for kill number 4. So we're homing in on the last enemy tank, and Dennis absolutely going to do everything he can to make sure that he's going to claim kill number 5 and get himself a Radley Walters. So yeah, he's now closing in on this guy. He can afford to take a hit. Time to get into the side here, stick the shells in. Nice bit of side hugging there, and we clear this guy up for kill number 5 and the win. Fantastic use of the tank there, fantastic use of the terrain and the map, and a well-deserved ace mastery, picking up just under 3,500 damage and 5 kills, over 1,200 base XP. Well played indeed, sir. Okay, and here we are with the E75TS, relatively new tank to the game, this one, and we're here with the Virus 2020, interesting name, topical I suppose, and he's rolling out on Canyon, and I kind of regret, I've watched a few replays of this tank now, and I kind of regret that at the time when it was available I didn't take it more seriously and actively try and get it, because I've come across these things in a few tier 8 games, and the armour on them is ridiculously tricky. They're quite often not easy tanks to pen, so I wish I'd sort of been a bit more serious about it at the time and actually managed to acquire one. Yeah, we're here on Canyon, and our friend here is going to drive the sort of traditional heavy route towards the C cap. But the one thing I do enjoy is, even though he's got he's got very good armour on this tank, but he's not being he's not being silly with it. He's doing his best to maintain a hull down position. He's looking at multiple targets. He's moving and keeping his tank moving between shots. So he's effectively looking after his tank so that he can continue in the game. Lovely snapshot through the top of the turret there. Now our friend in the SP1C, he's been dying to call out from that rock for a little while, and Virus is waiting for him. Thank you very much indeed. Go back to the garage, my friend. And there we go. That is kill number 1. So now we have a look at the TD here. Thank you. A couple of nice pieces of focus fire, and this guy is just not going to be long for this world. Goes for the track shot there, absolutely beautiful, manages to get the pen in, and he is very quickly reduced down to a 1 shot and cleared. So it's looking pretty good for the green team at this time. They've managed to establish a cap, and this is kind of what I was talking about on the canal game. Once you've cleared your tank effectively, it does get certain maps do give you the ability to fire cross map. Sometimes I think we're all a little bit guilty of giving up distance that we don't have to. Now, obviously, he's got a very, very difficult armor profile on the VK100 there. Long shot trying to get one through the cupola. But at the end of the day, he's doing what you need to do. He's looking after his tank. Now, Tiger 2 here isn't doing that. He's pushed up very aggressively. He's hoping to rely on his armour so that he can try and bully his way up here. And while some might agree that an aggressive style of play is sometimes the way to go, and sometimes it is the way to go, but ultimately this is going to prove pretty fatal for Mr. Tiger 2 over here. Because he's got multiple targets in front of him, so he can't keep his armour profile defended against all of them. And as you can see, Virus here is keeping his tank beautifully angled, rolling back during his reload in a hull down position, and as a consequence of this, he's managed to rack up almost 4,000 damage now, and his tank is in very, very good shape. He's hardly taken any damage. So we want this guy cleared up, use the downward hill there to get the ram on, and flick a shot through the cupola of the VK100. Fantastic work there. So it's now a question of clearing this guy up. As he comes across here, though, there is an enemy TD that dings him straight in the side. Takes a huge chunk of damage out of him, so to a certain extent he's now got to play this perhaps a little bit more carefully than he was intending when he came across. However, you deal with the game as it is, not how you want it to be, and so he's going to be careful here. He's going to look after his tank. He's going to take shots where he's fairly confident that he can make the shot without taking damage in return. Sticks a beautiful one between the tracks of the VK there, and very, very efficiently we're going to get this guy whittled down, and do the business. Doesn't quite manage to get the shot into the top of the cupola there, but here we go. He's got multiple threats now, so he's had to show the weaker Dharma at the side of his turret, which he has done, and one shot now for the kill. Go straight between the tracks. Thank you very much. We'll have you for kill number 3. And that pretty much is going to be the game over. There is one surviving TD on the team, quite rightly. Friend here been a little bit cautious about driving up blindly around the corner, and as he comes around here, as you can see, he's we've got the TD behind the rock formation there, and other tanks are going to get there first and clear him up for the win. But without a doubt, outstanding performance from Virus there, just under 5,350 damage, picked up 3 kills, and a well-deserved ace mastery, a fantastic display of tanking in the E75TS. Okay, boys and girls, I'd like to thank our contributors to the video this week. I'd like to thank you all for watching and supporting the channel. Please promote GTC3. They're going to need all the help they can get. Great bunch of guys, and as always, good hunting. Bye for now.